What's up guys, happy Halloween. I decided to celebrate Halloween with a little Halloween special video. It's essentially a horror story creepypasta about my most favorite game of all time, Injustice 2. I love Injustice 2, I love Halloween, and I love writing. And I love this YouTube channel, so I decided to combine all four into this one video. I had so much fun making this video and I really hope you guys enjoy it because this is my first time doing something like this on my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and share this with a friend. And that's all. Enjoy the video and happy Halloween. My name is Samantha. I'm 21 years old. And this happened to me 3 years ago when I was 18 and a senior in high school. With the Halloween season being in the air and an Injustice 3 most likely in the works, it reignited horrible memories I wish I could forget. Two things that make me sick to my stomach are Halloween and the game Injustice 2. I wasn't always like this. I used to love Injustice 2. In fact, I was probably the biggest DC fangirl on this earth. I owned every iconic DC story you could name. Death of Superman, Batman Nightfall, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Killing Joke, Flashpoint, the list goes on. And that's not all. I loved cosplaying as DC heroes. I watched every single episode in the DC AU and every movie in the DC EU. But one of my favorite pieces of DC media was the Injustice games. In case you don't know what the Injustice games are, they're DC fighting games made by the same company that made the Mortal Kombat games. Me and my dad used to play those games all the time, and although he'd almost always destroy me every time we played, I still loved playing it with him regardless. However, in 2021, we unfortunately lost my dad after a short battle with cancer, and me and my mom had to pick up an extra job to provide for us all. But things began looking up in my senior year. I got a boyfriend and a well-paying job. My boyfriend's name was Terrence. He had two friends who'd usually hang out with us, Braden and Lucas. Braden was really nice, but he always gave me the vibe of a Discord moderator. Lucas, on the other hand, was skinny, super awkward, but he was really good with technology. When Halloween rolled around, Terrence wanted me to go to a Halloween party with him and his friends. And even though I really wanted to go, I remembered that my little brother Michael wanted to go trick-or-treating. My mom couldn't take him because she had to work that night. Usually, my dad would take him to go trick-or-treating, but since he wasn't around, he had no one to go with. I loved my boyfriend to death, but no way in hell would I let my brother miss out on one of his favorite activities due to some stupid party. Bryn was obviously bummed out, and so was I. But I was still super excited to spend some time with my brother, and I felt like some sibling bonding time would be healthy for us. He dressed up as Black Adam, and I dressed up as my favorite female DC superhero, Supergirl. As we walked around the neighborhood, I won't lie, it warmed my heart seeing Michael having so much fun. I hadn't seen him that happy since our dad passed, but seeing him gleefully running around the neighborhood collecting candy brought a genuine smile to my face. And I won't lie, I thought this was the best Halloween I have ever had. Until it wasn't. After we finished trick-or-treating, I had promised to take him to the comic book store afterward. However, as we approached my car, I noticed three individuals from across the street. Three of them dressed as Batman villains. One was dressed as the Joker, one was dressed as the Riddler, and one was dressed as the Penguin. They really creeped me out. They weren't even trick-or-treating. They were just standing there, staring at us. I decided to brush it off as a prank considering we were wearing DC costumes too. After we got back from the comic book shop, Michael went straight to bed, most likely from a sugar crash. So, I decided to spend the rest of my night in my room, listening to comic podcasts and playing my favorite DC game, Injustice 2. I was playing as Supergirl on a tower on very hard mode. After I beat the last fight on the tower, Brainiac, I expected the usual character ending afterward. However, my TV turned to static. I got startled, but I didn't think anything of it, assuming it was just a glitch. That's when it began flashing various pictures of the Joker, from different actors like Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, Joaquin Phoenix, and even Mark Hamill. 3 words appeared on the screen as the photos flashed. You'll regret that. I was freaking out and I assumed that my TV had been hacked. That's when my game returned. But I was fighting the Joker in the Joker's playground. No audio was playing, and my character couldn't move. And the Joker wasn't moving either. That was until the Joker ran at my character with a crowbar. Right before he reached her, the screen turned to black, but this time it played audio. And it was horrific. All I could hear was the clashing of a crowbar while Supergirl screamed in agony and the Joker laughed maniacally. I was shaking in my seat. That's when I heard Michael screaming in the living room. I instantly bolted to my living room. I had never ran that fast in my life. I sighed a breath of relief when I saw my brother, unharmed. However, he was clinging to me, crying out of fear. "Michael, what's wrong?" I asked. Michael pointed to the front window. I went up to the window, and my heart stopped. Standing in front of my house were the 3 men I saw earlier that night. I couldn't move. I didn't even know if I was breathing. When I snapped back to reality, I instantly grabbed my phone and dialed 911.
911, what's your emergency?
The operator asked. "There are 3 guys in front of my house. They're just staring at me through the window," I replied.
Are they armed?
The operator asked. No, I don't think so. They don't seem to have any weapons with them," I replied.
We have responders on the way. What's your name, ma'am? Are you alone?
The operator asked. "My name is Samantha. I'm with my little brother right now. His name is Michael. Our mom is at work," I replied.
Okay, Samantha. May you describe the appearance of those 3 men?
The operator asked. Yes, all 3 are dressed as Batman villains. One is the Joker, one is the Riddler, and one is the Penguin. I saw them earlier. Before I could finish my sentence, they all split up, walking in separate directions. I began panicking. "Oh my god, they just split up," I shouted.
Samantha, take your brother and hide in a safe spot. Do you have a weapon that you could use?
The operator asked. "My mom has a gun in her safe," I replied.
Get the gun. Hide.
The operator demanded. I sprinted to my mom's room, unlocked the safe, and got the gun. Me and Michael hid in the bathroom and barricaded the door.
Samantha, I want you to stay on the line with me. Do not leave where you are until we arrive. Are all of your doors and windows locked?
The operator asked. Yeah, I think." That's when I remembered. I forgot to lock the back door. "Shoot, I forgot to lock the back door," I shouted.
It's okay, Samantha. Just stay where you are. Do not go back and lock the door. I want you to...
Before she could finish her sentence, the line cut off, and the power went out. Me and my brother held on to each other, trembling and crying. My hand tightened around the revolver, terrified someone was going to break through. That's when I heard a clown laugh from the outside of the door. I could hear him dismantling the barricade. I stood up and pointed the gun at the door. The man dressed as the Joker forced the door open, and as soon as I saw him, I shot him in the forehead. He fell back, blood leaking from his head. That's when I heard 2 terrified screams. I recognized them. They were from Brayden and Lucas. "What have you done?" Brayden screamed. "It was a prank," Lucas shouted. I froze. I looked down at the Joker and peeled off his mask. My heart sunk. It was Terrence, my boyfriend. When the police arrived, they took Brayden and Lucas into custody. They admitted that they planned the prank to get revenge on me for refusing to go to the party. Lucas admitted to hacking into my TV. Brayden claimed that Terrence had no intention of harming me and Michael. Once he saw us, he only planned on giving us a little scare, then revealing the prank. Although it was a prank, they still broke the law. They still hacked my TV, broke into my house, and traumatized me and my brother. Lucas was sentenced to 8 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 5, while Brayden was sentenced to 7 years with the possibility of parole after 4. Me and my brother both started taking therapy. People told me time and time again that it wasn't my fault, that I only tried to defend myself and my brother. And although I do agree, I feel like there was more I could have done to prevent all that from happening. Had I just went to the stupid party or warned them that I had a gun, maybe Terrence would still be alive. Needless to say, I haven't been able to look at Halloween or the Injustice franchise the same ever since then.